When you open Visual Studio Code, you are approached with this welcome screen. So for now, Moma cancel it. On the left side of the application, there are icons. If you hover on them, you will see the descriptions or the name of those icons. The Explorer is just the list of files and folders you have made. So I'm going to click it. Right now, we don't have any file, so nothing is showing up. The next is the search. This will set the files or code snippets that you might already have in this program. Then over here is the source control. Basically, this is for tracking changes, but we need not worry about that now. Once we get to that point, we're going to discuss it. So I'm just going to move it over. All I have to do is just long press on the icon, then drag it. Then we have this debugging sign. It has the bug on it. Is just to pause execution control at any point when the application is already running. So we can see values. Also, when we get to that point, I would show us. The next one is the extensions. As you could see, it's like a marketplace where we install different things we need for the application. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we need Python. So we're going to install Python. So look at this Python created by Microsoft. So you want to install that and click on it. You might think we are installing Python twice, but in the real sense, we are actually not. This one is just to be used by the Visual Studio Code. So it knows that we are coding in Python. So while this is downloading, let's flip back to the Explorer. Since we're going to be writing our code in, files, Visual Studio requires that you create a folder to put these files. You can create a folder from the Explorer here, or you can go to the file and select open folder. So I'm going to go to this Explorer and do open folder. So I want to create a new folder for my workspace where I'm going to put all my Python files. So you navigate to any location you want. So personally, I want to create it on my desktop. So I'm just going to name it Python Learn. Feel free to name it anything you want. So, but I just want to name this Python Learn. Select folder. On selecting the folder, this would refresh. When the Visual Studio reloads, then my folder is automatically opened here. In a situation where it is not, I can just go to my file and go to open folder. Then I go to the location where I created my folder. Just to confirm, if I go to my desktop, I would see the folder I created, Python Learn. So going back to my Visual Studio, if for some reason you open your Visual Studio and the folder it's not automatically there are two ways you can do that. You can do it from this open folder, or you can go to your file and do open folder, go to the location where you have it. I have it on my desktop, then I select this and this opens. The next thing to do becomes creating our Python files. So there are two ways I can do that also. I can hover on this folder name, Python. I see these icons, new file. Or I can go to my file here in the Explorer and do open new file, and do new file. So if I do new file, I can save this as hello.py. So saving it as .py, it means that take note of this extension here. Notice that I have used .py as an extension. So this is a representation of the Python file. So another way I could create my folder is to come to this place, over on this file here, and do new file. Then I do hello.py. Again, Notice that I'm using .py as the extension because it is a Python file. So this opens, and our first program would be to print hello world. So for now, I'm going to close this Explorer by just clicking on it. And if I do print hello world, so basically what this does is that it just outputs hello world to the console, to the terminal. I feel like this is such a cliche thing, but at some point 60 or 70% of every programmer must have, learned this while they're learning, must have written this while learning, any programming language. So this is the first thing, one of the first things we do when you're learning Python. So a way to run this, you can run this in two ways. The first thing is to run it, the first way is by opening your terminal and running it. So how do I do that? I go to my file, my view, and I open terminal. This loads. There's a lot of noise, so I'm going to clear it. So this is my terminal. I can do Python hello.py. Hello.py is the name of our file. So if I do this, okay, you would see that this won't run because I did not save the file. So go to your file and do save, or you can do Ctrl S. But I recommend doing autosave. Once you go to your file, just do autosave so that whatever changes you make to your Python file, it automatically saves it. So I'm going to go and type it again, Python hello.py. So to type it by enter in Kotimoko run. So basically I'm telling the Python code to just execute this hello world. Good. Another way to run the Python is to go over to this upper right where you have this green thing and you press the play. It initializes and it loads hello world, as you can see. Again, I'm going to clear it. So you can play with it, print out many things, other things like this is my first Python program. So come over here and do Python hello, the name of the file .py. So when you run that, because I'm doing these two things, so it's going to print these two things. Thank you for watching this. Then I'll see you in the next video where we go in detail about Python. Ẹ ṣé gan. Ó dàbọ̀.